ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः।
ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः।
नमस्ते ईशान।
नमस्ते कुलदीप मम्मू।
Many people are asking why this Mammu is doing this after each Bhagavad-Gītā session. You tell them. Simply. It is Mammu's expression of love. Okay?
Okay, Mammu.
You are okay with it, right?
Yes.
When Innu is doing wonderful things, Mammu is so happy. No? When Innu is chanting Bhagavad-Gītā, when Innu does all these things, Mammu is happy. So this is one way of expressing it. Okay. You're okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Bhagavan has been telling us about controlling the senses and mind in the last few shlokas. If we don't control, in the process we will perish, he says. With 68th shloka, Bhagavan is concluding this section, the topic of controlling the senses. Then in 69th shloka, he gives us a very poetic expression, thus conveying an important message which we will see today. You are ready for 68 and 69th shloka?
Yes, Mammu.
Ready. Tasmadhyasya mahabaho
तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो
निगृहीतानि सर्वशः
निगृहीतानि सर्वशः
इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः
इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः
तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता
तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
Once again. तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो
तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो
निगृहीतानि सर्वशः
निगृहीतानि सर्वशः.
Mammu is continuously telling you, don't shout. We are keeping mic and doing this recording through mic. Okay. So, Mammu's voice and Innu's voice should match. Okay.
Okay, Mammu.
So, do that. When Mammu does this, you be alert. Okay. Once again. Tasmadyasya mahabaho
तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो
निगृहीतानि सर्वशः
निगृहीतानि सर्वशः
इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः
इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः
तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता
तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
Yeah. Say इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः.
इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः.
Okay. Na should be pronounced na. Na should be pronounced na. The difference is there. Now 69. Ya nisha sarvabhutanam
या निशा सर्वभूतानां
tasyam jagarti संयमी
तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी
यस्याम जाग्रति भूतानि
यस्यां जागृति भूतानि
सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः
सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः.
Once again. या निशा सर्वभूतानां
या निशा सर्वभूतानां
तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी
तस्यां जागर्ति जागर्ति संयमी
यस्यां जाग्रति भूतानि
यस्यां जागृति भूतानि
सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः.
सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः.
Uttama, ati uttama. So let us go for chanting together. You are ready? Tasmadyasya mahabaho nigrihitani sarvashah indriyanindriyarthebhyah tasya prajna pratisthita ya nisha sarvabhutanam tasyam jagarti संयमी यस्यां जाग्रति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः. Let us go through the meanings now. Tasmadyasya mahabaho
निगृहीतानि सर्वशः
indriyanindriyarthebhyah
तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
tasmat. How many times this Krishna Bhagavan is saying this word, right?
Yes.
Tasmat, tasmat, therefore, therefore. Minimum 50 times now he must have used it. Not 50 times, Mamu is exaggerating, but still, many times. Tasmat, he Mahabaho, O mighty armed. Bahubali, you know Bahubali? What is Bahubali?
A movie?
A movie? You know about it? Okay. So, Arjuna is mighty armed. Mahabaho tasya prajna pratisthita. We have been hearing this, no? Continuously. His wisdom is steady. Yasya, whose indriyani, indriya arthebhyah sarvashah nigrihitani. Whose senses are completely restrained from sense objects. His wisdom is steady. Bhagavan is concluding this topic in this shloka. We will see that later in detail. Okay?
Okay, Mamu.
Now, 69th shloka, meaning, let us see. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam
तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी
यस्यां जागृति भूतानि
सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः.
या सर्वभूतानां निशा तस्यां संयमी जागर्ति. That which is night to all beings, in that the self-controlled man is awake. Yasyam bhutani jagrati sa pashyatah munehe nisha. And that in which all beings are awake is night to the sage who perceives. See, this is very tricky. Bhagavan is making this very poetic. This shloka doesn't mean that for all beings, if it is night, in that night, Muni is awake. And when Muni is, in where all the beings are awake, Muni is sleeping. This is not it. This is not the meaning, okay? This is not the meaning. Mamu will explain that in Spiritual Tidbits section. Okay?
Okay, Mamu.
So, let us dive into our Tidbit section. With 68th shloka, Bhagavan is concluding the topic of controlling the senses. He gave us Kurma technique, tortoise technique. You remember that? You remember that?
Yes.
Okay. Remind that to everyone. You tell them what Kurma technique is.
When the danger comes, the tortoise...
When the danger comes...
The tortoise withdraws its leg and head inside
its legs. You say it as limbs. Limbs
and head.
Head. It withdraws, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
It withdraws its limbs and head inside the shell.
Inside the shell. Shell. It has a shell, right?
Yes.
Shell is like?
A rock.
Rock. Then what it does?
when the danger passes, it slowly sees outside.
It slowly sees outside. No?
Yes.
Puts the head outside. Then
it fully puts its body out and continues its way.
So that is Kurma technique. Like that, a Sthita Prajna will control his senses, will withdraw his senses. He is not a person who goes everywhere and shouts. He withdraws and he will witness everything. He will be a witnessing presence. He will witness. Kurma technique. Yes. So, then Bhagavan told us about how the rudderless boat, rudderless, R-U-D-D-R-E-R, rudderless boat will wander according to the wind without reaching the destination. Right?
Yes.
He told us about how we perish if we don't control our senses. The process was very beautifully explained. You remember? It was like, first step was continuously thinking of objects, then attachment is born, desire is born, after desire, anger is born, delusion arises, confusion or loss of memory happens, then buddhi bhramsha happens, destruction of buddhi, intellect happens, finally the individual perishes. Then Bhagavan told us, Atmavasyaihi indriyaihi, with the senses under control, Vishayan charan, even if you move among objects, prasadam adhigacchati. Bhagavan is giving assurance. Such a person will attain tranquility. He will attain peace. Finally he says, Tasmadyasya mahabaho
nigrihitani sarvashah
indriyani indriyarthebhyah
tasya prajna pratisthita.
Therefore, O Arjuna, Mahabaho, mighty armed, his wisdom is steady, whose senses are completely controlled, restrained from sense objects. So, that topic is done now. Okay? Now, in 69th shloka, Bhagavan has a very beautiful poetic expression, and thus he is conveying a beautiful message. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam
tasyam jagarti sanyami
yasyam jagrati bhutani
sanisha pashyato munehe.
See, that which is night to all beings, in that the self-controlled man is awake. And that in which all beings are awake is night to the sage who perceives. It is a very tricky stuff. Be alert, Mamu is going to tell you. Be with all Shraddha. The sage always lives in the Atman. Right?
Yes.
He always lives in the self. Right?
Yes.
This is day for him. Living in Atman is day for him. He is unconscious about worldly things. Those worldly things are night for him. Okay? Day, night. Day, night. For a yogi, living in the Atman is day. He is unconscious about worldly things, and that is night for him. Okay? Now, for an ordinary man, he is unconscious of self, that is Atman. Living in Atman is night for him. Ulta, okay? Ulta, this is completely opposite. He always experiences the worldly things. These worldly things are day for him. You got it? It is different for a yogi, a muni. And for an ordinary person, it is completely opposite. Day, night, day, night. See, that is why that which is, now understand the shloka. That which is night to all beings, in that the Muni, the self-controlled man, is awake. And that in which all beings are awake is night to the sage who perceives. He is perceiving, he is seeing what? Atman. The worldly people are so busy in enjoying the worldly pleasures, and they give so much value to them. For them, that is day. But actually they are in full darkness. They think that is day in worldly things, but they are in full darkness. For a saint who sees the Atman, all the worldly pleasures are illusion, Maya. For him, all this is night. He really lives in the bliss of Atman, bliss of Bhagavan. For him, that is day. Day, night. Day, night. What is day for Muni is night for
people.
Ordinary people, right? Again, ulta, vice versa. Okay? So, our choice should be, let us live in Bhagavan every moment, so that is day for us. Okay? Got it? No confusion. We will think that this is a little bit confused statements, but there is no confusion. Mamu has told you, and you were with all Shraddha to imbibe it, and in future or whenever it is, this will become your practicality. Okay? So, we are done with controlling the senses, that topic. Now Bhagavan has given us a very beautiful expression. We have reached 69, no? 70th one is going to be Indra Vaj. Tell me?
Indra Vajra.
Chandas, right?
Yes.
Then 71, 72. Done with second chapter in coming episodes. Okay? Shall we stop now for the day? Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Uttamam. Ati uttamam. Okay.